You're live now.
Hi everyone, sorry we're a minute late. I was actually on the phone trying to figure out for an organization how we're going to get some pre-made kits of the things that we've been doing to kids in the Charlotte area while they are home from school. So stay tuned on that. We have something in order where we will hopefully be able to bring you pre-made kits, at least assembly kits that you can take on some of these if you're in the Charlotte area and make them yourselves. So we will deliver to a mailbox, which is safe as opposed to delivering it to your door or having hand-to-hand contact, parents. So without further ado, thanks for your patience, and here is what we're doing today. We've made a couple of different sizes of our catapults, and our friends at the Dottie Rose Foundation, who is a collaboration partner of ours, they would be happy and proud of us because we're also going to give you a little bit of scientific data and collection study to do once you have made your catapult. So they are empowering tech-savvy girls and do a lot of programs with us that involved construction and then the data collection and scientific method with it. So we put it all together so it's a little more real world for you. So I'm going to give that to you at the end. Here we go with, and again, welcome to Maisie, who is our partner in filming, as always. We have catapults of different sizes. So I gave you a supply list online, and this is for kids as young as 4 years old. Again, we don't want them with a glue gun, but you can use Elmer's glue for any of the things that we're doing. It just takes a little longer to dry. So I want you to know that this is not age specific. I wouldn't go any younger than 4, and I would really say like 5 years old and above, because they can be creating these. If you use popsicle sticks, or these are like tongue depressors, all of the products that I've gotten today were from Lowe's or from my household. So save things. All of these things could be adaptive reuse in your house. You might have rulers laying around, you might have tongue depressors, depending on what industry you're in, or popsicle sticks, and also readily available for you. These are actually part of paint stirring sticks as well. So I got these at Lowe's. These come in packs of I think 30 or so for 50 cents to $1. Super, super inexpensive. So your materials for this, I just have a big bag of rubber bands. You could probably go to your junk drawer and find a whole heck of a lot of just random size rubber bands. It's not really, unless you get into the big sizes, so we wanted to do a like mega catapult for you. You get into big sizes, you're gonna want something that's a little thicker. So you don't wanna use the super thin rubber bands, but these smaller ones, you can use thinner rubber bands. So we went ahead and pre-made a few. So see, a catapult is made of some real basics in engineering. So we've got our main sticks here that are basically your cantilever. And then you've got something that it can launch. Whoo, hi, see, this is what happens with glue gun in the midst of all of it, the preparation. I'm gonna fix mine really quickly because it probably doesn't want all that weight on it. You're gonna launch from whatever you create from. So your data collection piece of this, once you're all finished, I'm gonna move to that one so that it doesn't hurt it. Once you start using these, you can data collect by using different sizes or using these to say which ones, based on you versus your brother or sister, if you have one at home, or a friend. You could even FaceTime them and see what they're doing and how far theirs went. You can data collect in scientific method by using different velocities, using different products to launch. So again, don't do anything crazy that your parents would get upset with you about, but things like marbles, cotton balls. I like things that can't hurt you, like cotton balls to launch. But so here, again, here's what we used. We have, if you had popsicle sticks, so I'm just gonna call these popsicle sticks from here on out. You need 5 of something. So I've got 2 sizes here. I'll show you with the popsicle sticks first. So you take 5, you need 7 total. We went ahead and spray painted. So as always, you can spray paint any of these or use craft paints. So again, we have a ton of these craft paints. I've just got my craft paint section over here. You know, you can do the apple barrel from any craft store. We've got Art Time. These are even washable tempera paints, so that you can use these. Whatever's around your house, if you want to use this as a free project. If you have kids, 9 times out of 10, I'm going to make the assumption that you have a lot of this stuff around your house because you're constantly doing cool stuff. But 5 of these makes the base. So that's what this part is right here. Super simple, y'all. So I can do it one of 2 ways, and I've shown you 2 ways that we've done it. I have used this is a high temp glue gun. You can use a low temp. See how high temp is because I've got this huge stick. So this is an industrial version that's from Lowe's, more for construction projects. You can use the smaller low temp ones from craft stores just fine to put these together. So I actually glue gunned this one with the 5. And the other thing is you don't have to have a glue gun for this, or for the point of safety, sometimes you don't have to have that either. So if you've got a younger child, I wouldn't necessarily recommend the glue gun. Minus one once mom or dad needs to get involved, or a guardian, in terms of making that happen. So you can do this, and I'm gonna use, actually I'm gonna take one of these medium gauge weights, but again, so I would stick with one that's about this size if you've got popsicle sticks, or if you've got tongue depressors like we have, or these paint sticks. So try to stay away from like these. You know, these are probably gonna break on you, and that's just not what we wanna have happen. We want a fun catapult. This is really fast and easy, y'all. And this isn't beautiful, so bear with me. You know, I would take a little more time to make this pretty, like those. And then I'm gonna use the same color, but get creative, especially if you have a bag of these beautiful rubber bands. And all in, I mean, you could assembly line these things, which is what we're starting to do for our pre-made kits for kids that are out of school, is you could do a ton of these. This should take, if you start making a bunch of these and you want to do a bunch of different sizes and you get the full one down after the first time, you can do this in a couple minutes. So here's the toughest part of this whole equation, which is not hard at all. So I'm gonna take this, these are your other two. So out of 7 of your quantity of tongue depressors, paint sticks, rulers, whatever you're using, and I really challenge you to use different things. I mean, use sticks from your backyard. You can do anything with rubber bands to make a catapult. I love adaptive reuse of using what's in the environment, because that is something that's already there that we didn't have to produce. But so you're gonna make it like that, and I'm gonna use same colors just to stay consistent. Probably looks a little bit OCD. But hey, have fun with it. You can even spray paint or paint your rubber bands if you've just got those boring, you know, rubber bands from an office supply store. Super simple there. So see that? And then I'm gonna push that down. So what you wanna do is give yourself as big of a lever space as possible. So that means without pushing this off, keeping it nice and centered. And there you go. So there's the basic mechanics of it. And the only thing you want to do next, see how I've cross-hatched 2 rubber bands? This is super simple stuff. This is probably the hardest part of this entire project, which is not hard at all. But leave it to me. I bet you on Facebook Live, I'm going to do something that makes it go flying. So just full disclosure. So all you're going to do is make an X. So kids watching, you just have to be a little careful to make sure that your rubber band doesn't snap on you, and you're gonna have to make that judgment on how tight it's gonna be. Like right now I could go, let's see if we don't snap. Yeah, that'll make it a nice tight connection. And you can see mine separated a little bit. Just make sure you don't go too far down so that this separates. You wanna keep that as a triangle, see? So you have a connection at your base. So there's one X. All I gotta do is make my other X here. And all the teachers that might be watching, you can hate my guts later, because hopefully kids will not be bringing this to your classroom and start catapulting everywhere, although this would again be a fun data collection project. This is really not technically construction, but again, it's just getting kids building, which is what we want to do, is get them constructing, building, crafting, and making things like today. And if you join us tomorrow, another super simple project for even young kids is our DIY wooden robots. So take a look at our project list for that. 9 times out of 10, it's stuff you have around your house. So there you go. I mean, this is a no glue solution so far right here. And see that side? So I've got this touching for sure at the bottom. And then there is your launch pad. Super simple stuff, right? And so the only thing that would require glue, I'm gonna use a glue gun. You do not necessarily need a glue gun. Again, it's just gonna take you a little more drying time if you have your regular Elmer's school glue, or if you have something a little stronger than that, like, I'm gonna use this bigger one just for fun. What's the other kind of glue? Like, what am I thinking, Maisie? What's the glue? Super glue. Oh my goodness. But again, kids, do not use, no. Since you don't see my face right now, do not use super glue without your parents around, because I don't need that direct message on how a catapult somehow got super glued to the wall in your home. Might be fun for a minute. Maisie's laughing here, but probably not fun for mom, dad, or parent guardian. So there you go. See how I used different, just let that to the side, different sizes here. So this was from, you know, just like a water bottle. This was from who knows what drink that was that my children were drinking. This was from a bigger, like a vitamin water bottle. So different sizes are fun. And this is also, again, something to keep out of the recycling bin, and maybe it just doesn't go into a landfill. So use different sizes for this, because that's gonna change the trajectory and also how far the distance is with what you're launching. So for that data collection piece. And then this one is what I like to call our mega catapult. It's probably my most fun. This was like a mayonnaise jar lid. And these are, you can find these at Lowe's, but really rulers can be found anywhere. But in the paint section at Lowe's, they have these for literally 25 cents. They are the 36-inch, so 3-foot long yardstick of old that all I did was use my handsaw and cut in half. So I just hand sawed it. Literally, again, if you have been on our former projects, this is around $12, $14 at Lowe's with Craftsman tools. It's super awesome because you can even make miter cuts. It's a really good first saw for kids. Again, with parental supervision, please, full disclosure, don't just give your kid a saw and walk away, they can stay nice and even. If you can see this, Maisie, if you can go over it, see how these change. So you can push these in and they can keep it even. I've got this clamped down again because I'm on this mega old table, which, by the way, DIY, we are going to set up a DIY garage this weekend because if you can see, we have our works table, we've got our VersaTrack from Craftsman that we're gonna hang up, and we are going to make this an actual workshop in this garage as opposed to Founder Demi's garage that she's making at work. So anyway, back to this. We used these that I just cut in half. So I literally hit it to 18 inches. You can make any size catapult you want. As teeny tiny as you want. How fun would that to make a little baby mini catapult out of something, I don't know. Or as big as you want. You could use a full yardstick for this. If you have 7 of anything, you have 5 as your base, and then you have 2 as your launch pad, right? So that's what we did here. This is our mega launcher. And again, to launch, you just hold down one side and you say boom, and that thing launches. If I was way cooler and I had thought this out a little bit ahead of time, we would actually have a launch competition. We'll do that when we see you all in person once we can convene again, right? But that's it. That's super simple. And again, you can use craft paint to be decorating this. You can use, and Sharpies. I love Sharpies. When we work together with the girls, we have just about every color under the sun. I buy the packs at Lowe's that are the contractor packs, but you can find those just about anywhere. And again, go to your junk drawer first. I suggest that for any of these projects that we go for. Because there's usually something sitting around that you can be using first. So again, responsible consumerism on all of this. But so you can see, I just took some Sharpies and got creative last night when we were we did a little ombre here. So this is with spray paint. We used 2 different colors. You can get really crazy with colors if you're doing your craft paint and just get really detailed. Make it yours, make it something personalized and have fun with it in any kind of color imaginable. And then start data collecting. So again, parents, this is a good, fun, easy project that you can show, especially if you're not using the glue gun specifically. Kids can do this somewhat unsupervised if they have complete, don't need any cuts, don't need a glue gun. You could just use your Elmer's glue and some rubber bands, and they have 7 complete, just put it together and pre-assemble it, pieces of wood or something else. I mean, you could do straws. You can get creative, use all different kinds of things. I'm sticking with wood because we work in a wood shop, but you can get creative with all kinds of things and tell us how it goes. So we're excited to see. Again, look for us. We're going to do some pre-assembled kits that we can deliver in the Charlotte area, and we'll look at shipping options, and we might be able to ship this to you. But I want you to look in your backyard first and also in your junk drawers to make some of these projects happen for you. And show us what you got. Post us pictures, direct message us, whatever you got. That's it for me in 20 minutes. So I'm getting really good at this in terms of tutorials. But join us tomorrow. We will be 10 o'clock Eastern time, and then it'll be recorded if you miss it, if you're West Coast or beyond. We will be doing wooden robots. So fun, fun, fun. Look in your junk drawers for little bits and baubles and googly eyes and pipe cleaners and stems, and then nails and washers and screws and bits and all kinds of things. We'll look online for a couple of our samples, and we'll construct some things together tomorrow. So have fun, be creative, keep sparking out there, and we'll see you next time.